What is going on, everyone?
What is going on?
What's happening? Welcome to another great episode of What's Going On Wednesdays. I'm Arrington Gavin.
And I'm Jonathan Jones.
Thank you for tuning in to another great episode of What's Going On Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
It is. Hope you all doing great. It is Wednesday. So hope you all doing great today. So look, JJ, how you doing, man?
You good, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You check out last week's episode of Our Smooth Club,
Yes, I
the
did.
show where every day we discuss everyday topics. Yeah, you
We
can
discuss topics.
We discuss real topics. Okay, you can check that out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also Google Podcasts. Really, all major podcast platforms, but you know, major. Tune in every Thursdays at 7 p.m. By the way, on YouTube. But yeah, it was another great episode. But anyway, on today's show, I want to talk about a comedian that we both are huge fans of.
Yes, sir.
We can agree on that.
Special.
Man, I'm a huge fan of the one and only Mr. Dave Chappelle. So, Dave Chappelle made some huge news. Sometime last year about not watching the past of the Chappelle show on Netflix, and it was also on I think it was on HBO Max, right? And he told the crowd not to watch it, and we were all like, "But why? Yeah. Why you don't want us to watch one of the historic shows that that you created?" And he made more sense because he said, "Look, I don't own any. I get nothing from it. I didn't even know I was coming out or that show was coming out on those platforms." So at the time when he signed a contract with Comedy Central, he was pretty much explaining that he was owned by Comedy Central. Comedy Central owned his name and the show. And so that when they promoted that, they're making money from Netflix and they're making money from HBO Max. They're making money strictly off of that show. Dave Chappelle was not getting anything. So Dave said, "Look, at the time when I signed, I was young. I didn't really know about that, man. It was crazy. I didn't know. Yeah, I signed the contract, but I did not know." And from there on, the show ended after 2 seasons. He left and disappeared for like years, and then came back and was back on top like nothing ever happened. And he told everybody to stop watching the show. I was one of them. I said, "Well, I ain't gonna watch the show, man." That's how much I respect Dave Chappelle. He's one of my favorite comedians. And since then, he came out with a new video on his platform and said, "Look, it was a video. I think him at another comedy bar or something, and he was saying that thank you for not watching my show." He said, "Thank you for not watching it because for you guys not watching it, your eyes is what makes them money. So because you didn't watch it, they didn't make any money. So they called him. They gave him his name. Yep. He said he had his license back. Yep. He got paid millions of dollars because they gave they gave millions of dollars, and on top of that too, the show's coming back to Netflix." See, Netflix they just know when to do the right thing, man. Because he was the first. He said that he went up to Netflix the first time and said, "Can you please take that show off?" And in respect to Dave Chappelle, they took it off. I mean, kudos to Netflix, man. I mean, what's your whole thoughts just on that whole
Shout out Netflix, man. I mean, it's really like everybody on all three sides did the right thing, I feel like. Because usually, like now this day and age, it's just about money, but it was more so of respect rather than money. So, shout out to Netflix, shout out to Comedy Central for paying him, man. Because years later went by, and they could have just been like, "No."
Exactly. Never. No, not happening.
And so, kudos to both of them. And Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle kept it real, and he saluted him.
So real. And it's in my head, I wanted to say, if you have to think of great shows like the Chappelle Show, any show that comes close on Comedy Central, no due respect to Comedy Central shows, but like, who can come close to Dave Chappelle? He has so much memorable stuff that he added on, like you wouldn't even think it'd be on TV. I'm not gonna mention some of his skits, but I'm just saying, like, he had so many memorable ones that has, pop culture history. And I was, it's coming close. Key and Peele, but still, nothing can come close to Dave Chappelle. And so, Comedy Central say, "Yeah, take it." They cried. They were crying. They were like, "Why? We need something next. We need to find something. What's the next big thing?" No, nothing. It was crazy. But anyway, congrats to Dave Chappelle for getting his show back. We're excited that it's coming back February. It's coming back today, actually. Today. It's coming back on on Netflix, and I'm excited because I'm gonna be definitely tuning in. And yeah, pretty hyped about that. And on another great note, Mr. Stephen A. Smith, that was atrocious. That's blasphemous.
Who was
on crack? First of all, man, Steve and fellow Knicks fan, Mr. Stephen A. Smith, and he is partnering up with Chris Paul, NBA star Chris Paul, to produce a documentary I think it's on ESPN Plus. It's a documentary shining light on HBCU schools, mainly North Carolina Central men's basketball team.
Yeah. They be asking who am I? It's real, we live it. He's trying to get the guys ready for a basketball game, but more than anything, he's trying to get them ready for life.
And they're talking about sports, culture, and race. Okay, when it comes to HBCU schools, we're still you have some great programs, great Division I programs that is not quite getting the same financial. I can't get the word out, but they're not getting the same revenue as big time schools. I'm talking like Duke, North Carolina, boosters, all that stuff. And that's basically what it shows on that documentary. And I mean, again, Stephen A. Smith played college basketball at Winston-Salem, and he's always been a huge donor, and as far as building money and donations to HBCU schools and shining a light on them. So I definitely commend him for that. I went to a small school, wasn't quite an HBCU school, but we did compete against a lot of HBCU schools and even conferences. And you gotta respect it, man. You definitely gotta respect them. My parents went to HBCU schools and historic universities. And hey, it's definitely a documentary that you want to tune in to. It's on ESPN Plus. It's called Why Not Us? I thought the title really, meant a lot because, again, this is the year of change and the year of changing narrative and just, again, doing, like you said, doing what's right. Like you mentioned earlier about what, Comedy Central, all those guys, doing what's right. And so, I think, Stephen A. is on to something. Stephen A. just keeps on killing me, first of all, because he's like, he got First Take. He has, Stephen A.'s World, I think, also, Daily Show. Then he keeps killing it on ESPN. He really does it all, man. And is one of the all-time greatest voices in sports. So yeah, kudos to him, kudos to Chris Paul. Shout out to North Carolina Central, North Carolina Central University, and all that good stuff. But JJ, just again, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. These type of documentaries are they're interesting and they're real. They're not just some old, and it's something that's still ongoing. It's not something from the past where you can just reflect and that was something that went on back then. That's something that can still change now. Absolutely. And I think that's real important.
Awesome. Well, look, y'all, that wraps it up for another great episode of What's Going On Wednesdays. Look, we're going to have some great news coming for you pretty soon. So please be sure to stay tuned. Continue to follow us at Rugged Evo. Tune in every Wednesday for What's Going On Wednesdays. Also, you can check us out on our YouTube channel, Rugged Evo TV. Follow us, all that great stuff. Hey, fellas, you see these great looking beards up here. If you have any, want to hear about more information about how we got these great beards, go to ruggedevo.com. That's RUGGEDEVO.com. Again, tune into our podcast, Our Smooth Club, every Thursday nights at 7 on Rugged Evo TV on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, follow us on Apple Podcasts, as well as Google Podcasts. Check out those past episodes. And that's about all I got. You got anything? No? Okay. So yeah, remember, rugged is the new smooth.